Hello friends, this is Promi and welcome back to the Kerbal Commonwealth Space Agency. We are just watching the boosters from the L7 Starfire as they fall back through the atmosphere. Hopefully we will be able to recover them successfully. Okay, parachutes look pretty good. Looks like we lost part of the booster, the upper fuel tanks. Fortunately, the most expensive part, the engine, looks intact, so I'd say that's fairly successful, but can be improved upon. So now let us return to the Turquoise Sky in orbit. Alright, we are rejoining Valentina, Kirksey, and Madya here in the Turquoise Sky. You can see a nice view of Kerbin out of our exterior camera and out the window. Kirksey has a view of the stars, and we are 13 minutes away from our maneuver node, which we set up at the end of the last episode to leave for Minmus. I think we're going to see if we have any science we can do here in Kerbin orbit that will produce new scientific data. So I can use Part Commander, which is this nice little mod, and that gives us access to all our parts from within the well, that's a weird, something's going on with our camera there as I move around, but anyway, this is a nice little way to access parts from within IBA. It would be nice if it was integrated with raster prop monitor so I could put it on one of these screens, but we'll take what we can get. So let's see here. I want to check our instruments. So press mat barometer, let's check that. Looks like we can get a bit of science there. Barometer detects a very tenuous atmosphere up here. It's far from a perfect vacuum. Well, that makes sense. We are in a low orbit. Keep that experiment. I think I might have pressed a button there by accident, but alright, let's go back. Check our thermometer. Nothing new there. And accelerometer can't be used here. We can use the mystery goo though. Get a tiny little bit, so might as well keep that. No reason not to. And is that all we have on here? Yeah, I think so. All the other experiments are on our little flyers, and I think we got the full amount of science for those from the pincushion. So now I think I'm going to have Kirksey go on an EVA, and she will gather the data from our instruments. Okay, here we are with Kirksey on the outside of our craft. Let's do a quick inspection here. Don't see any issues. Can extend our antenna. So maybe we'll do that from inside. We might be able to see it deploy out the window, and that would be interesting. We can let's see. Can't I take? Oh yeah, I didn't keep that. Here we go. Take data. It's kind of silly that we have to come outside the craft to gather that. Maybe kind of makes sense with the mystery goo to reset the container. Collect the data and restore. Okay. Let us cycle back through the airlock. Okay, Kirksey is safely back inside. And now we were going to open that antenna. Switch back to Valentina. Looks like we're still getting a strange visual artifact in our exterior camera. Oh, Kirksey's happy. Guess she's pretty excited from her first EVA. Yes, so antenna. So Communitron. Let's look out the window here, see if we can see it deploy. Extend. There it is. Oops. Can just see the edge of it. Alright, so we can hide that again. Just going to rotate our craft until we're pointing towards our maneuver node, and then we'll time warp forward the remaining few minutes. Looks like our burn's gonna be 280 seconds, just about. Alright, we are coming up on our burn here. Just a few seconds. And go. I know these screens say the commander's mad ya. They were clearly programmed wrong because Valentina is our commander. Just that it labels whoever is in the lower seat as the commander. But I think that seat is better suited to the flight engineer. Okay, we've got 9 more seconds. I'm going to kill the throttle and see how we are looking. 3, 2, and okay. Let's check our map and see how we did. Okay, we overcooked it by a little bit. I'm just gonna burn retrograde a tiny bit until we re-establish our encounter. There it is. Probably set up a correction burn halfway along our orbit here. See if we can't get our periapsis a little better. Okay, about 20 kilometers. It's probably pretty good for Minmus. It's pretty finicky though. I'll just leave it like that. See if I can get this so that it's equatorial. That's pretty close. So that's a very small maneuver. And we're not going to be there for a while. 2 days, so everyone just relax, I guess. We did have an experiment to do with we want to test our Rockomax decoupler in high orbit. So currently we're at an altitude of 350 kilometers above Kerbin, and we have to test that part between 500 and 550. So let's just time warp forward until we get to an appropriate altitude. I'm going to leave the UI on here because I think it might just be having to take it up there and not actually needing to run any sort of test manually. So let's see, almost there. 90, 500. Ah, here we go. Yes, hull complete. This will help us a great deal. So 6 science, 50,000 funds. Good stuff. This window's a little small now because I did reduce the UI size. Maybe it's a little too small. But I will look at that later. And I got rid of my nav ball. Let's bring it back here. Okay, there we go. It's going to line up the vessel with our maneuver. Oh no, that's the anti-maneuver, I think. There's our maneuver node. Okay, we are in our correct attitude. We've done our part test. We've done, oh, we did some science, but maybe there's some high space science that we can glean. So let's do that. Let's bring Part Commander back up here. And check our barometer. Okay, nothing new there. Thermometer. Nope. Mystery goo? Ah, a little bit. Okay. Goo changed color after passing through rear Kerbin's radiation belts. Hopefully we weren't exposed too much. I think we passed through them pretty quickly. But we will keep that. And we will send Kirksey out once again to collect the data and reset the canister. Okay, Kirksey's once again outside of the ship. Oh, and just in time for the sun. Here it comes, just over the edge of Kerbin. Wow, it's quite the sight. Orbital sunrise. Alright, to work. Didn't do anything here. Let's just gather our data and restore it to functionality. Everything around the ship looks fine. So we will board back through the airlock once again. Okay, now we're just going to pass the 2 days until we perform that correction burn. So I hope you guys brought some games, because you're going to be stuck in this cabin for a while. Okay, so the 2 days have passed. I think, Kirksey, why are you wearing your helmet? Seems to be having a little bit of a freak out. I think homesickness is starting to set in. But anyway, we are nearly at our maneuver. We don't have to be very exact in this because the orbit is so large, so we can just do this whenever. So let's throttle up a tiny bit. And just watch our burn time tick down, try to follow that maneuver node carefully. Get it? 0. Okay, let's check our map. Oh, there we go. Thought I remember us not being that inclined. Let's see what happens if we burn normal. Let's get rid of our maneuver node first. We don't need it anymore. Oh yeah, there we go. Let's try to flatten this out a bit. Okay, that looks good in equatorial. Alright, so that was not the most eventful burn. And how long do we have before we are at our destination? Got another 5 days. Alright, well, back to games and stories. And we brought lots of snacks as well. Gee, let's check with Madhya. Madhya, how are our resources looking? Oxygen looks plenty fine. Put a small dent in our food reserves. And water is at a similar level. But everything looks within mission parameters. So we are going to continue on to Minmus, and we will check back in once we reach its sphere of influence. So we have now reached the sphere of influence of Minmus. Everyone's a little stressed out from being cooped up in here. You can see Kerbin way off in the distance there, out Kirksey's window. We seem to have a periapsis that's actually negative. Apoapsis says negative as well, but I think that's just what it displays when you don't actually have an apoapsis, because we are on an escape trajectory. So we need to bring that periapsis up, and then once we reach it we can circularize. But I'm just going to burn prograde right now, so we can bring that up out of the ground. And is that doing anything? Doesn't seem to be changing our periapsis. It is changing our apoapsis. Let's check our maneuver node here, or rather make ourselves a maneuver node. What's going on, box? What? Yeah. Okay, there we go. I think maybe what we have to do is burn radial to fix this. My maneuver, no, not time warp. Okay. No, add maneuver. Come back. There we go. Yeah, radial. Okay. So let's change. You can see Minmus out the window. We're going to change our orientation so we are away from it. Burn radial. The periapsis comes out of the ground. Let's get a little higher. Maybe a couple kilometers at least. That should be enough. Oh no, we have Kerbin out the window. So far away. Okay, so we don't need this. Let's get rid of... no, go away. Okay, so we have a periapsis now. We can add maneuver and insert ourselves into an orbit. Not quite as equatorial as I would have liked, but this will be okay. I'll try to come down on the equator because it'll make leaving easier. So that should be fine. Now we can orient ourselves with the maneuver node. Minmus is now in our camera. And that node will be in 2 hours, so let's just time warp forward until we get there. Alright, we're just about at our node. Minmus is looming large out of Kirksey's window now. Just about there. Okay, full throttle. See our plume out the camera? Just barely. It's okay, Kirksey. Madja, if you're freaking out up down there, don't worry. Poor Madja, the engineer's seat is a little lonely. Though I'm sure during the many days it took to get to Minmus, they were probably moving about the cabin. But it is important to be strapped in during a burn. And almost there. Let's just chase the node a little bit. Because it doesn't really matter that much. Okay, we should be now in orbit around Minmus, yes. We have an apoapsis of about 10 kilometers and a periapsis of 7.5. Fairly inclined. Well, let's see what we can find out about this world. Going to run some more experiments via Part Commander. Check our barometer. Oh, it's just reading vacuum. And we can recover that for a bit more science. And let's check our thermometer. Typical readings for space, and we can recover that. Basically just getting the extra science that wasn't able to be transmitted by our probes. Let's see, what else do we have here? Mystery goo. Fleeting bubble appears in the goo and quickly vanishes. Goo is otherwise unchanged. We can get a good amount of science for that, so we'll keep that as well. I guess we're right now in low space around Minmus. We'll try to get the high space experiments on the way back, since our whole orbit is quite low right now. Let's close this up. Okay, Kirksey, I know you're a little spooked to be out here, but I need you to go back out the airlock and reset the goo canister once again. So let's get you out. Oh, it looks like we have something here. World first milestone. We've performed a spacewalk in orbit of Minmus. Rewards aren't huge, but it's nice for the recognition. Okay, let's log the pressure data. Or, no, we want to take the data, not log it. And take that. Oh, I guess we have to do a crew report and an EVA report too. Forgot about those. Okay, collect the data from the goo and restore it to functionality. We can do an EVA report while we are out here. Okay, just recording our observations. What do Madhya and Valentina see from inside? Can I not do a crew report from out here? Let me just switch. Tell me what you guys see. See no evidence of cratering on the surface of Minmus. Its surface is probably quite young. Perhaps it was molten in the not-too-distant past. Well, that is an interesting point. Maybe Minmus was liquefied by some sort of impact. It is true that there's no recognizable craters down there. Okay, let's grab all the data from there so we can take another crew report later. Store everything back inside. And cycle back through the airlock. Okay, Kirksey is safely back on board. Now we have to plot our landing. So we can get rid of this maneuver here. We want to land on the light side. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like there's any flat areas to land on over here. We can stay in orbit for a little while, see what comes up under us. See what we can see out of the out of Valentina's window here. Oh, look at that. Sparkly surface of Minmus. Kirksey still looks a little nervous. Okay, these lake beds are coming up. So once they come up under here, on this side, we could come down and land on them. I think that would be a pretty good idea. So let's keep time warping forward. Okay, I think on this pass coming up, we should be able to put down in that lake bed. So I'm just going to come out of time warp here, and I did turn off the communication lines because they're cluttering up the view a little bit. So if I add a maneuver here, come down like that, then once we're about here we can kill our horizontal velocity and then fall straight down. Okay, that sounds good. See, Kirksey's got a little view of Minmus over there. Probably be nice to put that up here so Valentina can see it a little better. So what is that, nav? Yeah, here we go. Yes, so we can definitely see when we're over the lake beds. I think that one there, yeah, that's where we're going to put down. So let's orient ourselves. No, that's the anti-vector. Here we go. Let's see if we can get a view of Minmus out of our camera. Is that Minmus? Yeah, I think that might be. It's pretty dark, but hopefully we will be able to see it soon. What is our node in? 9 minutes. A 12-second burn. Okay, well let's just time warp forward. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, Minmus is coming into view. That's good. Just gonna get ourselves lined up east-west. There we go. Okay, time warping forward. Well, I actually missed that. Let's go. And kill it. Almost. Just finish it up. Okay, there we go. Let's get rid of that node. Okay, our trajectory looks good. Yeah, you can see right on the map there. Okay. So fortunately we have radar altitude here, and that'll show us how far we are off the surface. See, I want to flip so that the sky is up, then change our camera so that we see, there we go, see the surface. So do I need any of this information? No. Just need my nav ball and cameras. And we have 2 cameras, so I'm going to bring up our other one here. So let's put that one there and that one like there. Okay, so now we have view of both cameras. Looks like Kirksey put her helmet back on. I suppose that's a good plan at this time. Okay, so once we get the capsule over the dark area there, we can kill our horizontal velocity. How far are we? We're 6 kilometers up. It's going to be a little bit of a wait. Okay, we should probably kill our horizontal speed before we overshoot the ice lake. So let's do that. Should probably get my gear out. You see it in the cams at all? No, it doesn't look like it. Yeah, I think it's the cameras are set between the landing gear. Okay, horizontal. Looks like the horizontal speed was going up there. What's going on here? Orbital. Are we in the wrong mode? Surface. Ah, here we go. Our mode got switched to orbit mode. Or we're still on orbit mode. I thought it was supposed to automatically switch. Okay. Horizontal velocity has been nullified. Do a little more. Okay, we are 2 kilometers up. Horizontal speed is pretty low. Oh, Kirksey seems to be enjoying the landing. Okay, yes, we are over one of the ice lakes. Coming down. Still kind of looks like we have some horizontal speed. Can we fix that? No, not that way. Okay, we really need to burn now. Oh, here it comes. Oh, and are we down? Oh yes, contact light. Okay, we are down. Oh, that came up pretty fast on me. Whew. Exciting. Wow, yeah, we're on Minmus, Kirksey. Madya? Valentina? Well, Valentina has seniority, so I guess she is going to step out the airlock and be the first on this world. Got your moonwalking boots on there, Valentina? Alright, let's go. Before we step out of the capsule, I'm just going to transfer some of our fuel reserves into our main tank for the return journey. There we go. Alright, let's go, Valentina. Oh, looks like you lost your grip. Hold on, don't want to fall as the first Kerbal on this world. We got a world first milestone. We've walked on the surface of Minmus. Well, not quite yet. Extend our ladder. One more small step for Kerbal kind. Not sure if this is a smaller or a bigger step than the Mun. Smaller world, farther away. Alright. We are on the surface. Gravity is quite low. Can jump as high as our entire rocket. Valentina's... I don't know what she's doing. I think that was actually an issue with the reflection shader that I had. I thought I turned that off though. Well, Valentina can gibber away until I fix that again. I want to plant a flag. I want to plant the right flag. Because we want to plant the Commonwealth flag. Why can I not change that? Can I change it if I go back in the ship? I can do that and come back with the right flag. Be just a moment. Okay, we now have the correct flag here. And plant flag. Flag of the Kerbal Commonwealth. We will call this the landing site of the Turquoise Sky. We come in peace, even further than before. And we have another world first. Plant a flag on Minmus. These world firsts just keep rolling in. Look at that view. Got Kerbin and the Mun. Great. Alright, we're just going to get Kirksey and Madja out now. And here is our trio on the surface of Minmus. It's quite a long journey. I hope you have enjoyed it. In the next episode we will be exploring this world. Until then, this has been Promi. Thanks for watching.